Hey guys, wow, I have a lot to talk about today. Sorry for the horrible lighting in the background. I'm gonna try and fix that a bit. So yeah, okay, that's a little bit better. Um, so this video is actually gonna be about a lot of things. Um, but first of all, I'm just gonna start out casually by saying I got some new ear things. I had spikes in for a really, really long time, and it's hard to tell what these are, but they're tunnels, but they're like these cute little flower thingy things. Um, and I don't know. I I'm going to start getting into the meat of what this is supposed to be about today. I I'm going to talk a bit about how I've changed over the years and how I've changed specifically in this year. And also, once again, I'm sorry for like the horrible quality of this video. My videos always really suck, but okay. If any of you, which I highly doubt any of you have because I don't really have a fan base at all, but if any of you have seen any of my really old videos, I've gotten rid of most of them, but I was really, really, really crazy back when my first videos were being made. I was just like in my throngs of mental illness and post-teen angst, and it was just, yeah, I was messed up. But what I'm going to be talking about today goes a little bit deeper than that. I'm going to talk about a subject that really, really, really makes me uncomfortable. Oh, but before I do that, I got this really awesome shirt that says Guns and Coffee, and it's the Starbucks mermaid holding two pistols. Yeah. So getting back to what I was actually saying is, I'm going to talk a bit about politics and how my political stances have just kind of changed. Um, if you have watched any of my previous videos or watched any of the live streams that I've been involved in, um, those were pretty heavily political. Um, I've talked about politics a lot, even though talking about politics really makes me a bit unsettled and anxious. I don't like talking about politics, but I've um I've been in several political live streams um with friends of mine and such. And I personally I'm not registered a libertarian, but I consider myself a libertarian, like a left libertarian. And these friends and people that I know are more like right libertarian. Um, and you'd think that doesn't make the biggest difference in the world, and why should that matter? You're still a libertarian. It really does matter. Um, I've had a lot of experiences in my life, and I've faced a lot of things. And I've come to a lot of these political stances based on things that I've just seen personally, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And I personally am gonna say that in this election, I'm not going to vote. Um, I'm not going to vote. Like, I would rather saw off my own ear and like cook it until it becomes ear jerky and then eat it while freaking stabbing myself in the eyeball with a fork than actually vote for either Hillary or Trump. Um, but but I I'm a lot different than I was even several months ago. Um, People are going to consider this like blasphemous, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate. But I'm actually less conservative than I was even before. And I believe that everyone is entitled to their own opinions, and a lot of people's experiences will influence like their politics and their views on things. So just getting things out there right now. Um, Sorry, I have a fidgety partner. Um, but no, getting things just straight across the board. Um, like things I can say right now, and I don't want any hate for this, except for I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I think that the abortion argument and the gun control argument are exactly the same. It's like, get rid of guns. You're taking away guns from people that will use them to protect their families, but people that actually are gonna like be thugs and shoot people are just gonna get guns on the black market. You take away abortion, women are still gonna get abortions. They're just gonna get them done on the black market, which could kill them. So that's just a little bit of an example of where my stances are at with that. But it's actually more than that. And I hate the word social justice. I hate the term social justice. And I by no means am a social justice warrior. Um like if you have watched any of my live streams, it was pretty much just like hour and a half conversations about why social justice warriors suck. Um but I am kind of getting into a bit more liberal political swing of things, if that makes any sense. I know I sound like I'm beating around the bush for a lot of the things I'm actually trying to say right now, but this this is real. I get really really uncomfortable talking about politics. Um, but for example, something I would not have even thought of 6 months ago, a year ago, I'm actually thinking of now. Um, in the town where I live, there's this particular store. I'm not gonna say the name of the store because I don't need to get in any more trouble before I start this petition or whatever. But there's a store um, that I shop at a lot, and I've noticed they have two women's rooms and and one men's room. And I'm like, okay, that's a little odd. Like, you don't need two women's rooms. So what I'm thinking of doing, and I can just imagine like the pitchforks and torches headed my way. I can see it right fucking now, but I don't care. I'm honestly considering talking to the store manager about seeing if they would be willing to change one of the women's bathrooms to a gender neutral bathroom. And here's why. Here's why. Not only is it to support like my the trans community or the genderqueer community, because it would be doing that, and that's one of the main reasons why I am considering this. But if you look at it, it could be really helpful, because first of all, we can't just consider like the trans people. There's also people who are intersex, and I'm not intersex. I may or may not know anyone who is, but it could benefit them too. Because, I mean, unless they've made a decision about which restroom they're more comfortable in, it would just be better, in my opinion, for them to have an option of their own. And lastly, what could benefit everyone across the board, whether like trans, not trans, intersex, it could benefit everyone because if the male and the female restrooms are both being occupied, there will be a third restroom available that anyone could use. So I'm just personally considering everyone in this scenario. Um and I'm probably gonna get messages or comments saying, why should we accommodate the oddballs, like why do they matter? Like they can just make a decision on their own of which bathroom to use. It's it's really not that simple because I've read a lot about intersex people and how like sometimes their parents decide for them when they're born which gender that they're or which gender they're going to raise their kid as. And it's really unfair because when they hit a certain age and decide that that's not who they are, then they have to deal with all that same shit. Okay, well, if there could be a third option for everybody, then wouldn't it make things easier for everybody? Um, and oh my god, politics. So I am a lot more vocal about my stances on things than I have been in the past. I'm not so much of a wallflower anymore who just sits around and lets people politic at me. Um if like if you actually everything on my Facebook is set to friends because since I am so blabby about politics, I really don't need like hate mail. Um, but I talk a lot on my Facebook about politics, and I'm very vocal, and I talk about issues that happen in the world that other people aren't really trying to consider or look at or try and change. And I already know. I think the reason that I get so uncomfortable talking about politics is because it was always a hot topic in my house, whether it's my grandmother and her right wing politics, or my mothers and their left wing politics, or my dad who's just stuck in the middle, but just like is the poster child for redneck white trash. But politics make me very uncomfortable. And I'm not just going to be talking about politics in this video because, as you see, this video is called How I Have Changed. So it's just how I've changed in general. I don't do things in such an extreme way as I have in the past. I don't put so much effort into elaborate makeup or like how I look, except for that's still something that's like a thing for me. Like I still care about my appearance, and every once in a while I like to just dress up and just show off. But that's one of my least of my concerns right now. I used to hate school, with a burning passion. I hated college. Like it was so boring. I was like, what? Why? You're expecting us to go like away for like 3 hours a day. That's like no. And I know that like school in general is like way longer than that. You like get there at 6 and then like leave at like 2:30, but it's just having to have learned the same thing for 3 hours was just like just no too much. Um but I'm changing. I've hit my rock bottom. I've had a lot of experiences in this past year that have made me realize so much about myself and what I need for life and who I am and what I'm going to do with everything. And I've been under a lot of stress lately. Um, it's been one anxiety, bullshit, stress thing after another for a really long time. And I'm actually signing up for an adult education class. It's not like a college class, so it doesn't go to your college credits. It's just like a class. And it's gonna be yoga because I'm really out of shape. I need to get back into shape, and I also need to learn how to be calm. Yoga can do both. It teaches you how to just be calm and like not self-centered. That's a bad word, but like grounded, and also I could hopefully get back into shape a bit. And secondly, oh god, I'm losing my train of thought. I think it's because of how stressed I've been, but I'm I'm preparing for so many things right now. Like I'm getting my house cleaned because I'm going to be kind of like pseudo adopting my mother's cat for a while, and then my other mother is coming down from Oregon with her dog, and I have to keep this house clean. And basically, I've realized that when you're an adult, you have all these responsibilities that never really mattered to you so much as a young person. But I've hit my rock bottom, and I need to progress. I need to move forward and actually get my life on a meaningful track. And I know now it just sounds like I'm blabbering and ranting, and I am because I'm really nervous right now, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees here. And I think that's a trash truck. Fuck you, trash truck. But I've changed a lot. My politics are different. My styling is different. I have different interests. I'm a different person. And I don't really take bullshit anymore. Like I used to be just kind of a bullshit sponge. I would just soak up all the fucking bullshit around me and just carry it with me wherever I want. I was just a complete freaking bullshit sponge. And now I'm not. I don't take bullshit anymore. I speak my mind. I say the things that I feel I need to say that I could never say before. And I know this video is really random and it might not make all that much sense, but I guess it just matters to me that I'm kind of changing and growing as a person. And after I've just felt kind of stuck in the same place for so long. So if you guys actually could sit through all of this, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.